What if I told you the first laws in America weren't written in English and weren't even written down? Long before the United States had a constitution, before 13 colonies argued about tea, hundreds of native nations already had complex legal systems. And not the everyone sit in a circle and agree kind. I mean real law, real leadership, real consequences. Take the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, often called the Iroquois Confederacy. They formed a union under something known as the Great Law of Peace. It laid out leadership roles, how decisions were made, and even how to remove a leader who abused power. Accountability. Centuries before modern democracies started congratulating themselves for inventing it. Now, here's something interesting. Some historians believe this system influenced the US Constitution. Federal structure, shared authority, representative leadership. Not bad for a system Europeans once dismissed as uncivilized. And it wasn't just one nation. The Cherokee Nation adopted a written constitution in 1827, partly modeled on the United States. A strategic move. Almost like saying, we understand your system, do you understand ours? Further west, Navajo law focused on harmony, on restoring balance rather than simply punishing someone, which honestly feels surprisingly modern. But then history turns complicated. Treaties were signed and often broken. In 1830, the Indian Removal Act was passed. What followed was the Trail of Tears, a forced relocation that devastated entire communities. Even after winning legal cases in US courts, enforcement proved selective. Still, native law didn't disappear. It adapted. Today, federally recognized tribes operate their own courts, their own police forces, their own governments. Tribal law exists alongside federal and state law. Layered, complex, very American in its own way. Tribal nations are described as domestic dependent nations, not fully independent, not fully controlled. A legal balancing act that still continues. And in recent years, tribal authority has expanded again, including the power to prosecute certain crimes on their own land. So when we talk about American law, we're not just talking about 1787 in Philadelphia. We're talking about systems that existed long before that and are still here, still governing, still evolving. Which makes you wonder, are these the oldest American laws? Or were they always ahead of their time?